what is Windows Azure? As I told you, this is open and a flexible cloud platform. You can, whenever you want, you can build, whenever you want, you can deploy and manage applications globally. In the sense, trust me, you have Microsoft Azure is having thousands of data centers, sorry, not thousands, hundreds of data center, 100 plus data centers globally, which means each and every country is having the Microsoft Azure data center, because in order to provide a good speed, in order to provide a good storage capacities, and in order to take take these I'll give a small example. See, why 100 plus data centers Azure? Think you are actually in India. Okay, you are trying to think only Microsoft Azure is only in US region. Okay, whenever you are trying to access some application in US region, so you are actually connecting that application from all over, from the one side of the globe to the another side, which means it may take some time in order to exchange the data. Okay, import and export that data, it takes some time, which means you are getting some performance issues. Okay, in order to avoid that, Microsoft has started their data centers globally, which means, in India you have, in two regions you have these Azure data centers in South India, and South India like Chennai, and you have one more data center is in Mumbai, so which is near to you. So data transfer between one data center to another data center is very fast, because each and every data center is connected with a fabric cable, big fabric cables from other oceans. So you have the wiring which is from under the water. Okay, so they have made it in such a way, within less than a fraction of second, the data is exchanged from one country to another country. So whenever you are deploying some resources, you just deploy it to you near to your location, so that your data accessibility, speed, and good latency. So you will get all type of features what Microsoft is assuring. So that's the reason, it's very easy to deploy your resource in global networks. So next, build application using any language, tool, or framework, because Microsoft earlier, it is only supporting .NET. Right now it is supporting all kind of development platforms like .NET, Java, Python, and there are a lot more again. Okay, so integrating public cloud applications with existing IT environment, which means this is actually important thing. Integrating public cloud applications with existing environment, which means, current IT infrastructure, current companies, they do have some existing servers, databases, and the networking components. Okay, if they want to, you know integrate those components with the cloud, it's very easy. Microsoft is offering some applications. By using those, you can migrate your resources to the cloud. You can migrate your servers, databases, data, applications, without losing your data. Okay, so you can migrate it as a 7533 guy. These guys, they do take care of this migration part. So we are responsible for the migration of data, migration of application, migration of database, migration of servers. So everything from on premises, we need to migrate to the cloud, and then after migrating it, we need to take a backup of it. We need to make sure of the security, and we need to you need to support the current infrastructure, not only the on premises migration stuff. You need to take care of the cloud environment as well. So once you are migrated, then your physical infrastructure is completely into cloud environment, and then you need to entirely support this cloud platform, so as a support engineer. So I'll also cover that part, how to migrate all these stuff into the cloud environment. And don't be worried that I belongs to so and so platform currently, and how can I learn all this. It is very simple, trust me, it is very simple than you expected. And this is a Microsoft data center. I think you guys are already experienced, so you already know about this. So these are all the racks, and these are all the servers you see here. So this is a completely a Microsoft data center, which is completely automated process. So once a database or cluster fails, there will be application which informs the fabric controller. It takes care of everything. So this is a completely automated process here. So this is a Microsoft data center right now. As I told you, if you see this diagram, we have these are the data centers, more than 100 plus regions, 100 plus regions, 100 plus data centers as well. Sorry, not 100 plus regions, 100 plus data centers. So one of the top three networks in the world, coverage, speed, and connections, and double than AWS and six times than Google number of offered regions, because whatever the because Amazon is also not having those many data centers. Microsoft does, because in order to provide the good speed, coverage, and connections. So the G series is the largest VM available in the market, 32 cores and 448 GB RAM, and with a solid state drive. Okay, this is the largest size VM available in the market, that is only offering by the Microsoft Azure. Highest configurations, AWS doesn't have this configuration. So that's a benefit actually. Whenever a customer needs a good configuration, in fact, if they don't, in fact, this is actually a very high configuration right now in the market, but no enterprise level companies, enterprise applications, they need such kind of configuration in order to host their application. Okay, so they opt for these kind of series. When Azure is offering, obviously they suggest Azure, because AWS doesn't have that much of huge configuration. They are not offering it to the customer. So these are the benefits, and these are the data center locations. If you see here in India, you have two: India West and East, South and South India, and Mumbai. So let's come to the final part. Here we have a cloud models. So as I told you, these are the important cloud models. So on-premise, this is actually a difference between these cloud models and on-premises environment. So if you see here, so this is completely on-premise environment, which means you are actually managing everything on-premise, in the sense, think we have a company and they have some IT infrastructure. So they are actually taking care of the, as I told you, power, IT administrators, and hardware, so operating system and license, whatever they install the application inside that server or database, they need to take care of its license again. So everything you need to take care. I'll just brief about each and every infrastructure currently. So we are comparing with on-premise. We are comparing cloud models with on-premise. What is